You didn't ask for it, but somehow you ended up in the life of someone who only cared about themselves. You loved them, you gave them your time, your heart, and your soul, only to find out that they couldn't care less about you. You were pulled into their world, selfish, manipulative, and cold. And you didn't know how to escape. You felt trapped, drained, like your spirit was being slowly crushed. But here's the truth. God put you in their life for a reason. And let me tell you, you were successful. You see, the enemy tries to break you down in ways you can't even fathom, but God has always had a bigger plan for you. He put you right where you needed to be, not for them, but for you. The struggle, the pain, the heartache, it was all part of the process. You were meant to learn something from this. You were meant to grow. When you stood by that narcissist, when you gave them your best, you were unknowingly strengthening the resilience in your heart. You were building muscles that you didn't even know existed. And now when you look back, you see that God was shaping you into someone who could handle the storm, someone who could stand tall in the face of adversity. Sometimes in the darkest moments of our lives, we question why we are enduring so much pain. We ask ourselves, why am I going through this? What have I done to deserve this suffering? It's easy to feel lost and abandoned when faced with betrayal, manipulation, and the cruel intentions of others. But what if I told you that the pain you are feeling right now isn't without purpose? What if I told you that this struggle, the one that feels like it's going to break you, is exactly where you need to be, and God has placed you there for a reason? God's purpose often doesn't make sense in the moment. We can't always see the bigger picture from where we stand, but in every situation there is a lesson that can only be learned through hardship. In the case of the narcissist, someone who constantly uses you, manipulates your emotions, and takes advantage of your kindness, it may seem like you are just a pawn in their game. But if you take a step back and look closely, you'll realize that this is not about them at all. This is about you. God didn't put you in their life so you could be their victim. He put you there to strengthen you, refine you, and teach you what you're truly made of. At first, it feels like an unfair battle. The narcissist only cares about themselves, their needs, their desires, while you pour your heart into the relationship, hoping that your love and efforts will be reciprocated. But that's where the lesson begins. God is showing you that your value doesn't depend on someone else's ability to see it or appreciate it. Your worth is not determined by how others treat you, and this painful experience is here to make that truth resonate deep within your soul. You are not meant to be a doormat, you are meant to be a force. And God is allowing this challenge so that you can begin to understand just how powerful you truly are. The narcissist might make you feel small, insignificant, or unworthy, but God sees you. He sees your strength, your kindness, your heart. And in this struggle, He is calling you to see it too. When you're in the presence of someone who only sees the world through a selfish lens, you start to question everything about yourself. They use your love against you. They take without ever giving. And it can leave you feeling like you have nothing left to give. But what they don't realize is that they are not depleting you. They are only bringing to the surface the abundance that has been there all along. It's through these painful moments that you are forced to face the deepest parts of yourself. You begin to ask questions like, what am I tolerating? Why am I allowing this behavior? What do I need to learn from this? These questions are not a sign of weakness, they are a sign of growth. Through the fire of this experience, you are being purified. The narcissist's actions are like a mirror, reflecting the parts of you that need healing. It's in these moments that God speaks to you the loudest, showing you areas where you need to grow, where you need to stand up for yourself, and where you need to walk away. What feels like punishment or unfair treatment is in fact God's refining process. He's shaping you into someone who knows their worth, someone who will no longer tolerate disrespect or mistreatment. You are learning how to protect your peace, how to guard your heart, and how to stand firm in your boundaries. God didn't send you into the life of a narcissist to destroy you. He sent you there to prepare you for a higher calling, to show you that your life is meant for so much more than being caught in someone else's toxic cycle. The pain you're experiencing is teaching you a lesson that only this situation could provide. You're learning to let go of people who do not value you, and in doing so, you're learning to value yourself. You're learning that not everyone deserves access to your life. The narcissist may think they can control you, manipulate your emotions, and break your spirit, but they are wrong. They have underestimated the power that resides within you. Every time they push you closer to discovering just how strong you truly are. Every time they hurt you, they are unknowingly helping you break free from the chains that held you back from realizing your own potential. God's purpose is never to see you suffer for suffering's sake. He is not a God who delights in our pain. But he knows that in the refining fire, we are shaped into the people we are meant to be. Through the heat of adversity, we grow. The narcissist behavior is a catalyst for your transformation. As you endure this difficult chapter, you are learning resilience, patience, and the strength to walk away when necessary. You are learning that your peace is not for sale, and your love is not to be taken lightly. God has allowed this situation to show you that there is power in walking away, in choosing yourself, and in realizing that you deserve better. Through all the manipulation, the lies, the emotional games, God is revealing to you what you are capable of. He is revealing that you are stronger than you ever realized. The narcissist thought they could control you, break you, or make you feel less than, but they were wrong. They were merely instruments in God's hands, pushing you towards your true destiny, toward a life filled with peace, purpose, and self-love. This pain will not last forever, but the strength you gain from it will. God put you in the narcissist's life for a reason. It wasn't to make you suffer, but to show you just how powerful, resilient, and loved you truly are. And when you come out of this, you will be a force to be reckoned with, unshaken and unbreakable, because you'll have learned one of the most important lessons of all. Your worth does not depend on anyone else's recognition or approval. It is given to you by God, and it's unshakable. Resilience isn't something you're born with. It's something you build, piece by piece, moment by moment, through every storm, every setback, every moment when life knocks you down. It's not about avoiding challenges or escaping pain. It's about how you respond when life tries to break you, how you rise when you feel like staying down, how you keep moving forward even when it seems impossible. It's in those moments when you want to give up, when every part of you screams for rest, that resilience is forged. You don't get it from winning the easy battles. You get it from surviving the ones that almost took everything from you. Resilience is born in the depths of adversity. It's the strength that allows you to keep pushing when it feels like the world is against you. The narcissist, the one who tried to tear you apart with their manipulation and deceit, couldn't see this strength in you. They thought they could break you, wear you down, make you feel small. They believed they could control you with their lies and emotional games, but they had no idea who they were dealing with. They didn't know that God was using their actions to build something powerful within you, a resilience that would be unshakable. It's easy to let your circumstances define you. It's easy to look at the hurt, the confusion, and the pain and think that's all there is. But resilience isn't about letting your circumstances control your mindset. It's about choosing to look beyond the pain and see the opportunity for growth. It's about choosing to see the strength that is being developed in the midst of the struggle. Each time you get knocked down and choose to stand up again, you are building a muscle that will carry you through every challenge in the future. The narcissist may have done everything in their power to make you doubt yourself, to make you question your worth, to make you believe that you are nothing without them. But they didn't know what God was doing. They didn't know that with each word they spoke, each manipulation they pulled, they were only strengthening you. They were only pushing you closer to the person you were always meant to be. Resilience is about learning from every experience, no matter how painful, and using that knowledge to become stronger. Every lie they told you, every time they made you feel small, it didn't break you, it shaped you. It taught you the value of your own voice, the importance of setting boundaries, and the strength of walking away from toxicity. In the face of adversity, resilience is what keeps you going when you feel like you can't take another step. It's the inner strength that says, I will not be defeated, I will rise again. It's not a one-time decision, it's a way of life. It's the moment you decide that no matter how many times life knocks you down, you will always get back up. It's the quiet strength that says, this will not be the end of me, I will keep fighting. What you don't realize when you're in the middle of the storm is that each challenge is preparing you for something greater. The pain you feel today is not the end, it's just the beginning of your transformation. You are learning the power of resilience, of standing firm even when everything around you is falling apart. The narcissist wanted to break you, but instead they only made you stronger. Every time they tried to manipulate you, they were unknowingly teaching you how to defend your peace, how to protect your heart, and how to walk away when necessary. They didn't break you, they prepared you for the life you were always meant to live. Resilience doesn't mean you won't feel the pain. It doesn't mean you won't have moments of weakness or doubt. But it means that even in your weakest moments, you have the strength to keep going. It's about showing up for yourself when no one else does. About knowing that you are worth fighting for, even if it's just you fighting for you. And that's where true power lies, within yourself. No one else can give it to you. It comes from deep within, from the core of who you are. And when you tap into that inner strength, there is nothing that can break you. Every time life knocks you down, you have a choice. You can choose to stay down and let the world win, or you can choose to rise, to stand tall, to embrace the strength that has been building inside you. And that's where the real power lies, within your decision to rise again. You may have been hurt, you may have been taken advantage of, but none of that defines you. What defines you is how you choose to respond. Do you stay down or do you rise? Do you let the pain consume you or do you turn that pain into power? Resilience is the answer to that question. It's the power that drives you to keep moving forward, no matter how many obstacles stand in your way. The narcissist thought they could break you, but what they didn't know is that they were only helping you discover your true strength. Every time they pushed you closer to realizing that you are unstoppable. You have resilience that cannot be broken, a strength that cannot be defeated, and a heart that will continue to love even after all the hurt. You are not defined by what others do to you, but by how you rise above it. And when you rise, you become something greater than you ever imagined. Stronger, wiser, and more prepared for whatever life throws your way. The power of resilience is not about perfection. It's not about never falling down. It's about getting back up every time you do. It's about continuing the journey even when the road is rough, even when it feels like it would be easier to quit. Resilience is the quiet determination to keep going, to keep fighting, and to never give up on the person you're becoming. And when you look back, you'll realize that the battles you fought didn't break you. They made you unbreakable. There are moments in life when we find ourselves desperately searching for validation from others. We seek approval, crave recognition, and long for someone to tell us that we matter. We invest so much of our energy in waiting for others to acknowledge our worth, to make us feel important. And in doing so, we forget one of the most powerful truths that we must embrace. Your self-worth is not dependent on others. Your worth is not determined by the opinions, actions, or approval of anyone else. It is inherent within you, given to you by God, and it cannot be taken away by anyone. The world will tell you that your value lies in how others see you. Your success, your appearance, your relationships, your social status. People will try to make you feel like you are only as valuable as the labels they place on you. But none of that defines you. You are not your title, your job, your bank account, or your relationships. Those are just pieces of the puzzle. What truly defines you, what truly gives you value, is who you are on the inside. It is the strength, the kindness, the resilience, and the love that lives in your heart. We live in a world that constantly tells us to look outward for validation. Social media thrives on likes, comments, and followers, reinforcing the idea that our worth is connected to how others perceive us. But if you build your sense of self-worth on the approval of others, you will always be chasing something that can never be fully satisfied. People will disappoint you. They will let you down. They will judge you. And if you tie your worth to their judgments, you will be forever at the mercy of their opinions. You will be caught in a cycle of seeking validation, only to be left feeling empty and unfulfilled. The truth is that the only approval you need is your own. You are the one who decides your worth. No one else has the power to make you feel less than or undeserving. You are worthy because you exist. You are worthy because you have been created with a unique purpose, with gifts and talents that no one else has. When you begin to understand that your worth is not determined by others, you free yourself from the constant need for external validation. You begin to walk with a quiet confidence, knowing that your value is not up for debate. It is unshakable. This is not to say that feedback and encouragement from others aren't important. It's always nice to feel appreciated and to hear that others see your worth. But when you base your worth solely on the opinions of others, you become vulnerable to the highs and lows of external validation. If someone praises you, you feel on top of the world. But if they criticize you or ignore you, this constant roller coaster is exhausting and ultimately leaves you feeling powerless. The key to true self-worth is finding validation within yourself, not in the hands of others. Imagine waking up every day knowing that no matter what happens, you are enough. No matter who acknowledges you or who overlooks you, your worth is constant. You don't need anyone to tell you that you're valuable because you already know it. You don't need to be the best in the room to know that you belong. You don't need to impress anyone to prove your worth. The truth is, you are already worthy. You are worthy of love, respect, success, and happiness. Not because of what others think of you, but because of who you are at your core. Self-worth is the deep internal knowing that you are enough just as you are. It's the understanding that your value is not tied to your achievements or failures. Your worth does not change based on your performance. You are not defined by your past mistakes or the opinions others have of you. You are defined by your ability to stand in your own truth, to honor your values, and to embrace the person you are becoming. When you stop relying on others to validate you, you take back your power. You start living life on your own terms, free from the need for external approval. You stop letting the opinions of others dictate how you feel about yourself. You start living authentically, unapologetically, and confidently. You stop hiding behind the masks you wear to fit in, and you start showing up as the real you, someone who is worthy of love, respect, and success simply because you exist. It's easy to fall into the trap of seeking validation from others, especially when we live in a world that constantly tells us our worth is tied to external factors. But once you realize that your value is not determined by others, you reclaim control over your life. You stop seeking permission to be yourself. You stop waiting for someone else to give you the green light to go after your dreams. Instead, you trust in your own abilities, your own strength, and your own worth. You stop giving others the power to define you, and you start defining yourself. God didn't create you to live a life of constant self-doubt or to seek validation from others. He created you to stand strong in your own worth, to know that you are loved and valuable no matter what anyone else says. He gave you everything you need to succeed, to love, to be happy, and to make an impact in the world. Your worth is not something that can be taken away by someone else's opinion. It's a gift that has been woven into the very fabric of who you are. When you begin to live from a place of knowing your worth, you stop settling for relationships, jobs, and situations that do not honor you. You stop tolerating disrespect, and you start setting boundaries that protect your peace. You stop trying to prove yourself to others, and you start proving it to yourself. You begin to show up for yourself, to celebrate your accomplishments, and to love yourself fully, just as you are. And in doing so, you open the door to a life filled with joy, fulfillment, and purpose. Remember, your worth is not up for debate. It is not dependent on anyone else's approval. You are worthy because you exist, and no one can take that away from you. When you embrace this truth, you will walk through life with a quiet, unshakable confidence, knowing that you are enough just as you are. There are times in life when it feels like everything is falling apart. We're faced with challenges, hardships, and struggles that seem insurmountable. We question why things are happening, why we're going through such pain, and where God is in all of it. In those moments, it's easy to feel abandoned, as if God has turned away from us or that we're alone in our suffering. But I want to tell you something that is going to change the way you look at life. God is always at work. Even when you can't see it, even when you don't understand it, God is moving behind the scenes, orchestrating everything for your good. God doesn't work on your timetable, and he doesn't work according to your plans. He's not bound by the limitations of time or space. His ways are higher than our ways, and his thoughts are higher than our thoughts. But that doesn't mean he isn't working. Just because you can't see the results right now doesn't mean that God isn't doing something amazing in your life. He is at work in ways you can't even begin to comprehend, laying the foundation for something greater than you could ever imagine. There are times when we look at our struggles, our pain, and our obstacles, and we wonder why God would allow us to go through these things. But what we don't always see is that those very challenges are part of his plan. He's using those difficult moments to shape us, to mold us, to build us into the people we are meant to be. In the moments when you feel the most lost, the most broken, the most overwhelmed, God is working. He is refining you, teaching you patience, strengthening your faith, and preparing you for what's next. There is a powerful truth that we often overlook. God is not just present in the good times. He is just as present in the bad times. When things are easy, we may feel his presence. But when things get tough, that's when his presence is even more real, even more powerful. He is at work in the mess, in the uncertainty and the pain. It's in those moments that he's doing the most profound work inside of us, preparing us for the blessings that are to come. We can't always see it in the moment, but God is constantly working behind the scenes, orchestrating things in ways that we can't even fathom. Think about the times in your life when things didn't go as planned, when you didn't get what you wanted, but later you realized that the delay, the rejection, or the closed door was actually God protecting you. He was working even when you couldn't see it. He was protecting you from something you couldn't yet understand. He was guiding you towards something better, something greater than what you had envisioned for yourself. God is a master at timing. His timing is perfect even when we feel like it's too late or too early. He knows exactly what you need, exactly when you need it. While we may be praying for something right now, God is preparing us for what he knows is coming. The blessings you're waiting for are already on their way, but God is working to make sure that when they arrive, you're ready. He's preparing your heart, your mind, your soul. So if things haven't happened yet, trust that God is still at work. He's still laying the groundwork. And when the time is right, he'll reveal his plan in a way that will blow your mind. It's important to remember that God's work isn't always about the big dramatic moments. Sometimes it's the small, quiet things that he's doing in your life. It's the way he's changing your heart, shifting your perspective, and giving you the strength to face each day. It's the way he's molding your character, building your integrity, and teaching you to trust him in ways you never have before. These small, seemingly insignificant moments are just as important as the big ones because they are the building blocks of the person you're becoming. When we look at the story of our lives, we often see the chapters we want to change or the parts where we felt stuck. But what we don't see is the way God is weaving everything together. He is working in every season of our lives, even the ones that seem hopeless. There's purpose in every pain, there's growth in every struggle, and there's a plan in every setback. You may not understand it now, but God is working, and one day you'll look back and see how he used everything, the good, the bad, and the ugly, to bring you to a place of blessing. God is always at work, and his work is good. His plans for you are far greater than anything you could ever dream of. Even when you feel like things are falling apart, remember that God is still in control. He's still moving, still guiding, still orchestrating everything for your good. You may not see it, but trust that he is working in ways that you cannot comprehend. And when the time is right, he will reveal the beauty of his work in your life. When you find yourself in a place of uncertainty, when you're feeling lost or overwhelmed, remember this: God is working. When things don't make sense, when the road is unclear, when the pain feels unbearable, God is working. Trust in his plan, trust in his timing, and trust that he is using everything for your good. You may not see it now, but one day you'll look back and know that every step, every turn, every detour was part of his perfect plan to bring you closer to the life he has designed for you. So don't lose heart. Keep moving forward. God is always at work, and his work in you is far from over. There's a moment in life when you realize that the people around you are not who you thought they were. They wear masks, pretending to be something they're not, and they manipulate and control with an ease that can leave you feeling small, insignificant, and powerless. And when you realize that a narcissist has entered your life, it can feel like everything is slipping away. But I want you to hear this loud and clear. Narcissists can't steal your power. No matter how hard they try, they cannot take away the strength, the worth, and the resilience that is yours and yours alone. The narcissist's greatest weapon is manipulation. They are experts at controlling the narrative, twisting the truth, and making you feel like you're the problem. They'll gaslight you, they'll undermine you, and they'll do everything in their power to make you doubt yourself. But here's the truth. Their power over you only exists if you allow it. When you understand your worth, when you recognize the truth about who you are, their lies and tactics start to lose their grip on you. Narcissists thrive on your insecurity, on your doubts, on your need for validation. They want to diminish your sense of self so that they can feel superior. But if you refuse to give in to their manipulation, if you refuse to allow them to define your worth, they lose their power. You see, narcissists need to feel like they have control over others. They need to be the center of attention, to be admired and adored. They feed off the energy of others, using people as tools to fuel their own egos. But when you stop giving them that energy, when you stop letting them dictate how you feel, they lose their grip on you. The key is in recognizing that you are not their puppet. You are not here to serve their needs, to feed their narcissism. You are a powerful, valuable individual. And no one, especially a narcissist, has the right to make you feel otherwise. One of the most insidious things about a narcissist is their ability to make you question your own reality. They distort the truth, make you feel crazy for standing up for yourself, and convince you that you're the one who is in the wrong. But I need you to remember this. Your reality is valid. Your emotions are real. Your experiences are worthy of respect. Narcissists may try to convince you otherwise, but the truth is that they can only control you if you allow them to manipulate your perception of yourself. Once you begin to stand firm in your own truth, to trust your own intuition, the power they once held over you begins to dissolve. The narcissist might try to convince you that you need them. They may use guilt, fear, or promises of love to draw you back into their orbit. They will use every trick in the book to keep you hooked, to make you believe that without them you're nothing. But that's the lie. You were complete before you ever met them, and you are complete without them. Your value does not depend on their approval, their attention, or their validation. You are worthy because you are you, not because they say so. You may have been in a relationship where the narcissist made you feel like you were constantly walking on eggshells, unsure of when the next emotional outburst or manipulation would come. But I need you to understand this. You don't have to live like that. You don't have to accept being treated like less than. You don't have to tolerate being controlled or demeaned. You have the power to set boundaries, to walk away, and to reclaim your peace. You have the power to choose who you allow into your life and who you refuse to let affect you. When you finally recognize the narcissist for what they are, it's like a weight is lifted off your shoulders. The illusions fall away, and you can see clearly. You can see that they were never truly in control. You were the one who held the power all along, and now that you see it, they have nothing left to take from you. Narcissists thrive on control, on manipulation, on making you feel small. But when you realize that you are worthy, that you are powerful, and that you are not defined by their cruelty, they lose their hold on you. The narcissist can't steal your power because they never had it in the first place. They may have convinced you that they were in control, but that was just a lie. You have the power to walk away, to reclaim your life, and to rebuild yourself stronger than ever. You have the power to heal, to grow, and to rise above the toxicity they brought into your life. They cannot take your confidence, your strength, your sense of self. That is yours and yours alone. The journey to reclaiming your power is not always easy. It takes time, healing, and self-reflection. But I promise you it is worth it. You are stronger than you know. You are resilient. You have survived everything the narcissist has thrown at you, and you are still standing. You are not broken. You are not diminished. You are defined by their actions. You are defined by your ability to rise above, to stand firm in your own truth, and to reclaim your power. When you walk away from a narcissist, you are not walking away from your worth. You are walking away from their lies. You are walking away from their manipulation. You are walking away from the toxic energy that has been draining you for so long. And as you walk away, you are walking toward a future filled with possibility, strength, and self-love. You are walking toward the life that God intended for you, a life where you are free from the control of others and empowered to live your truth. Narcissists can try to take your energy, your time, and your peace, but they can never take your power. Your power is within you. It's in your ability to walk away when you need to stand up for yourself, and to protect your peace. It's in your ability to recognize that you are worthy of love, respect, and happiness. Narcissists can't take that. They can't steal your light, your strength. That's yours to keep. And when you fully embrace that truth, when you stand firm in your own power, the narcissist can no longer control you. They lose their power and you reclaim yours. There are moments in life when you feel like you can't take another step, when the weight of the world feels too heavy on your shoulders, and when you're overwhelmed by the challenges that seem to be pushing you down. You think to yourself, I can't do this. I don't have the strength to keep going. But let me tell you something right now. You have more strength within you than you could ever imagine. There's a power inside of you that is waiting to be unleashed. A strength you may not even know exists until you are faced with your greatest trials. You have the strength you didn't know you had, and it's time for you to realize it. In the moments when you feel the weakest, when you feel like giving up, that's when your strength is growing. That's when it's being tested, refined, and built. You might not feel it right now, but the challenges you're facing are teaching you something powerful. They are showing you just how strong you truly are. It's easy to think of strength as something physical, something that can be measured by how much weight you can lift or how fast you can run. But real strength is something deeper. It's the strength to keep going when everything inside you is telling you to quit. It's the strength to face adversity head on and keep fighting. Even when the odds seem insurmountable, life will test you. It will challenge you in ways you never expected. But every test, every trial, every struggle you face is a step toward discovering just how strong you are. You are stronger than the pain. You are stronger than the heartbreak. You are stronger than the doubt and fear that try to take root in your mind. You have faced difficulties before, and you have come out on the other side. You may not always see it, but every time you've faced hardship and kept moving forward, you've been building strength. Strength that you didn't know you had. There is a power inside you that can move mountains. It's the resilience that has carried you through every storm in your life. It's the courage that has pushed you to keep going, even when you didn't feel like you had anything left. You might not have realized it, but that strength has always been there, waiting for the right moment to reveal itself. And now, in the midst of your toughest trials, that strength is beginning to rise up. When you face challenges that seem beyond your ability to overcome, remember this: you have faced hard times before and you've survived. You've made it through pain, through loss, through rejection, and through fear. Every obstacle you've overcome has shown you just how capable you are. You might have doubted yourself in the past, but every step you've taken has been proof that you are stronger than you think. There is nothing in your past, no struggle, no setback, no failure that can take away the strength you've gained. You are not defined by your mistakes or your struggles. You are defined by your ability to rise above them. And here's the truth: the strength you have isn't just about physical endurance or mental toughness. It's about your heart. It's about your spirit. It's about the way you keep moving forward, even when the road is uncertain and the destination feels far away. That is strength. It's the strength to believe in yourself when no one else does. It's the strength to keep showing up for yourself, even when life is pushing you down. It's the strength to keep dreaming, even when it feels like your dreams are slipping away. There's a power within you that can't be measured by any standard but your own. It's the power to keep fighting, to keep moving forward, to keep believing in yourself no matter what. You are capable of more than you realize, and sometimes it takes hitting rock bottom to see just how high you can rise. In your darkest moments, when everything seems impossible, that's when your true strength is revealed. You may not see it now, but there is a fire inside of you that cannot be extinguished. You might look at other people's successes, and you might wonder how they did it, how they overcame their struggles, how they reached their goals. But what you don't see is the strength it took for them to get there. They've faced the same doubts, the same fears, the same setbacks, but they've kept going. And so can you. You have that same strength inside of you. You have that same resilience, that same drive, that same determination to keep pushing forward, even when it feels like everything is against you. The truth is, you are capable of greatness. You are capable of overcoming anything that stands in your way. It doesn't matter how many times you fall or how many times you feel like you can't keep going. What matters is that you get back up. You have the strength to rise, to fight, and to become the person you were always meant to be. And as you continue to face life's challenges, you will discover more and more of the strength that you didn't even know was there. With every step you take, you are becoming stronger, more resilient, and more unstoppable than you ever thought possible. So the next time you feel like you can't take another step, when you think you're too tired, too broken, too defeated, remember this: you have the strength you didn't know you had. It's inside of you, ready to be unleashed. You are stronger than any challenge, stronger than any obstacle, and stronger than any fear. And when you tap into that strength, nothing can stop you. You have the power to face whatever comes your way, to rise above it, and to become the person you were always meant to be. Keep going, because the strength within you is greater than anything you'll ever face. There are moments in life when you feel like you're carrying a weight so heavy it feels impossible to move. The past, the pain, the hurt, it all piles on and it feels like you can never escape it. You tell yourself, I can't let go of this. If I do, I'm afraid of what will be left behind. The truth is, healing doesn't come through holding on, it comes through letting go. Letting go isn't about forgetting, it's about freeing yourself from the chains that are holding you back. It's about releasing what no longer serves you, what no longer helps you grow, and allowing yourself the space to heal. The power of letting go lies in the understanding that you don't have to carry the past with you. You don't have to hold on to the pain, the disappointment, or the bitterness. You don't have to keep reliving the mistakes, the hurts, or the wrongs that others have done to you. When you choose to let go, you are choosing freedom. You are choosing to release the emotional baggage that has weighed you down for far too long. Letting go doesn't mean you forget what happened, but it means you are no longer going to let it control your life. It means you are freeing your heart, mind, and spirit from the grip of the past so that you can live in the present and look forward to the future. Healing comes when you allow yourself to stop carrying the pain of others. There is no peace in holding on to resentment, no freedom in keeping anger alive, no joy in holding grudges. These emotions don't serve you. They only drain you. Every time you relive the pain, every time you let those feelings fester, you are giving them power over you. But when you let go, when you release the hurt, you take your power back. You are no longer letting the actions or words of others dictate how you feel. You are choosing to reclaim your peace, your happiness, and your future. And in doing so, you are healing. It's not easy. Letting go is one of the hardest things you'll ever do. It requires vulnerability. It requires trust. It requires you to let go of the control that you think you have over your emotions and to surrender to the healing process. But I promise you, it's worth it. The moment you decide to let go is the moment you start to set yourself free. You no longer have to carry the burden of things that you can't change. You no longer have to drag the weight of the past into your future. You are no longer tied to the hurt, the betrayal, or the wounds. And that is where true healing begins. Healing comes through letting go, because it allows you to open your heart to new possibilities. When you let go of the things that have hurt you, you create space for love, for peace, for joy, and for new opportunities to come into your life. You can't move forward while you're holding on to what's behind you. You can't receive the blessings that are waiting for you when your hands are full of things that no longer serve you. Letting go is the first step to creating a future that is brighter, freer, and full of potential. It's the step that allows you to start living again, to start thriving, and to start embracing everything that life has to offer. Letting go is a choice. It's not something that just happens overnight, and it's not something that can be forced. It's a decision you make for yourself. It's a decision that says, I am worthy of peace. I am worthy of healing. I am worthy of a life without the chains of my past. It's a decision to stop allowing your past to define you, to stop allowing others' actions to control your emotions, and to stop living in a constant state of pain. When you make that choice, you take back the power that was once held by the hurt and the anger. You choose to heal, to move forward, and to live fully in the present. Healing doesn't happen in a straight line. It's a process, a journey. There will be days when you feel like you're taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back, but with every step you take, you are getting closer to the peace that you deserve. With every moment you choose to let go, you are allowing yourself to heal a little bit more. It's okay to not have it all figured out. It's okay to feel the pain, to acknowledge the hurt. But it's also okay to decide that the pain no longer has a place in your life. Letting go doesn't mean that the past didn't matter or that the pain wasn't real. It means that you are ready to release it, to move forward, and to make room for what's next. Letting go is the key to finding peace. It's the key to finding joy. It's the key to finding yourself again. When you let go, you stop living in the shadows of your past and you start living in the light of your future. You start to see the world differently. You start to see the beauty in the present moment, in the people around you, and in the opportunities that lie ahead. You start to see that there is more to life than the pain you've been holding on to. You start to see that healing is possible and that you are worthy of it. Healing comes through letting go, because it's through releasing what no longer serves you that you create space for growth. You create space for new experiences, for new relationships, for new dreams. You create space for yourself. And in that space, you begin to heal. You begin to rediscover who you are, what you're capable of, and what you truly want from life. You begin to see yourself in a new light, a light that is free from the shadows of the past. And in that light, you begin to shine brighter than you ever thought possible. The healing process is not linear, and it's not easy, but it is so worth it. And the moment you decide to let go, you take the first step toward the life you were always meant to live, a life full of peace, full of love, and full of possibility. A life where you are free from the weight of the past and ready to embrace the future with open arms. Letting go is not just about releasing pain. It's about opening yourself up to everything that life has to offer. And in that release, you will find the healing that you've been waiting for. There are battles that we fight every single day, battles that wear us down, drain us, and leave us feeling exhausted. We fight against external forces, against other people, against circumstances that are beyond our control. But sometimes, the toughest battles are the ones we fight within ourselves. The battles of the mind, the heart, and the spirit. The battles that tell us we are not enough, that we don't deserve peace, that we should keep struggling, keep fighting, keep chasing something that seems just out of reach. But I want to tell you something. Peace is not something you have to chase. It is not something you have to fight for. Peace is the ultimate victory, and it starts when you stop fighting the things that are stealing your peace. You see, in this world, we are constantly told that success is measured by how much we achieve, how much we have, how much we fight for what we want. We are taught that happiness comes from getting what we desire, that peace comes from conquering the things that stand in our way. But the truth is, peace doesn't come from external achievements. It doesn't come from material possessions or recognition or winning every fight. Peace comes from within. It comes from knowing who you are, from being at ease with who you are, from accepting life as it is, not as you wish it would be. Peace is the ultimate victory because it is something that no one and nothing can take from you. People can take your possessions, they can take your time, they can take your energy, but they cannot take your peace unless you allow them to. The power to maintain peace in your life lies within you. It lies in your ability to stop reacting to everything around you, to stop letting the chaos of the world determine your inner state. It lies in your ability to let go of the things that drain you, to stop holding on to grudges, resentment, anger, or fear. When you learn to let go of the need to control everything and everyone, you create space for peace to enter your life. The pursuit of peace is not about avoiding challenges, it's about how you respond to them. Life will always present challenges. There will always be people who try to provoke you, situations that test your patience, and circumstances that push you to your limits. But the real victory comes when you find peace in the midst of those challenges. When you can walk through life with a calm heart, regardless of what is happening around you, that is the ultimate victory. It's not about winning every battle, but about maintaining your peace through every storm. True peace comes when you realize that you don't need to control everything. You don't need to force things to happen in your timing. You don't need to react to every insult, every slight, every setback. Sometimes the greatest power you can have is the power to remain calm, to choose peace in the face of adversity. When you choose peace, you stop giving power to the things that used to control you. You stop letting fear, anger, frustration, or anxiety dictate how you feel. You take your power back by choosing peace. It's important to understand that peace is not the absence of problems or difficulties. It's not about living a life where everything goes your way. True peace is found in your ability to find calm in the midst of the storm, to remain unshaken when life doesn't go according to plan. Peace is the quiet strength to hold your ground and stay true to yourself, no matter what is happening around you. When you can stand firm in your peace, when you can remain steady in the face of chaos, that is when you know you have won. Many people spend their whole lives searching for peace in external circumstances, waiting for the right time, the right place, the right people to bring them peace. But the truth is, peace is already inside of you. It's always been there, waiting to be discovered. The key to unlocking that peace is learning to quiet the noise of the world and listen to the still, small voice within. It's about trusting that everything will unfold as it should, without forcing it, without rushing it. When you surrender to the flow of life, when you stop trying to control every aspect of your journey, you allow peace to enter your life. The world will always try to pull you into chaos. It will try to distract you with fear, anxiety, and worry. But when you recognize that peace is the ultimate victory, you stop giving in to those distractions. You stop letting the world dictate your emotions, your thoughts, your state of being. You take control of your own peace, and that is a victory that no one can take away from you. In the moments when life feels overwhelming, when you feel like you're drowning in stress and uncertainty, remember this: peace is a choice. It's a choice that you can make in every moment. It's a decision to let go of what you can't control and trust that things will work out as they are meant to. It's a decision to stop reacting to the negativity around you and instead choose to rise above it. Peace is not something that happens to you. It's something that you create. And the moment you create it within yourself, you become invincible. When you choose peace, you choose freedom. You choose freedom from the noise, the distractions, and the pressures of the world. You choose freedom from the things that used to control you, from the fears and anxieties that once held you captive. Peace is the freedom to live your life without being constantly pulled in different directions, without being ruled by your circumstances. It's the freedom to be at peace with who you are, to embrace your life exactly as it is, and to trust that you are exactly where you are meant to be. Peace is the ultimate victory because it's the one thing that no one can take from you unless you allow it. It's the one thing that remains steady, unshaken, and unmovable in the face of everything life throws your way. When you choose peace, you are choosing to rise above the chaos. You are choosing to be the calm in the storm. And that is the greatest victory you will ever experience. In the end, let's take a moment to reflect on what truly happened. God placed you in that narcissist's life for a reason, and you may not have understood why at the time, but now you know. It was never about them. It was about you. It was about strengthening you, refining your character, and teaching you lessons that would shape your future. You were chosen not because you were weak, but because you were strong enough to endure the storm. You were placed there because you are capable of turning that negative energy into something that works for your growth. You were successful in that journey because you found your power, your resilience, and your peace. You learned the value of boundaries. You learned what it means to stand firm in your own truth. You discovered your worth and how to protect it. And most importantly, you found the strength to walk away when it was time. The narcissist may have tried to manipulate, control, and devalue you, but you didn't let that define you. You found victory in your ability to let go of the toxic influence and reclaim your peace. God doesn't put us in situations to break us. He places us in situations to build us. The challenge you faced wasn't a punishment. It was a lesson, a stepping stone to the person you are today. You survived, you grew, and you came out on the other side stronger, wiser, and more aware of your worth. That, my friend, is success. The journey was never about pleasing the narcissist or winning their approval. It was about proving to yourself that you are more than capable of overcoming the hardest challenges and that you are deserving of peace, love, and respect. You were successful, not because of what they did to you, but because of what you did for yourself. And that's the true victory. God bless you. Thank you for your patience.